There's my little black beauty. I named it Beauty just because it's black and it's really pretty. Black Barino. I just stuck a bunch of fruit flies in there. I knew it'd come popping out. But yeah, some of these guys are just obviously feeding the little ones. I couldn't sleep. It's like freaking 3:30 in the morning. And I have children banging against their enclosures. Aren't we? Doplic 1. My tarantula is Doplic. He really is. This is why his abdomen looks the way it does. And his food's right there. He has food all over his cage. He's been trying to catch them all night. And for some reason, this tarantula, little Ed here, not so little anymore, for some reason he has problems catching his food. I don't get it. I don't know why he's so off. And you can tell, obviously see it's a male. There's the petty palps. But I don't understand. I feed him plenty of food. You see the crickets all over the cage. They're just in there chilling. They're like right next to him laughing. Look at it. It's like sitting right there. Like, yep, we can just sit here and chill and not worry about getting eaten because this tarantula can't catch us. Like, they're literally just sitting there on the log chilling. Why? Why? What's up with you? Huh? What's the matter, Ed? Yeah, do you need help? Do you need mommy to feed you? Are you like, your depth perception's off? Like, are you vertigo? Do you have vertigo like mommy does? Do you need help? Or what should I help feed you tomorrow? Weirdo. I probably will. I'll probably end up help feeding him. I do sometimes, actually. Which is crazy. Sometimes I have to put, like, crickets in front of him so he can eat. Or I just hold him there and he grabs them from the tongs. And there's Clary. Still up in her tree. BB. She's like, leave me alone. She's like, I don't want to think. Are you guys still mad at me? They're all so mad at me still. It's sad. All my children are so mad. Look, guys, at least your cages are clean. I don't want to hear it. Did the little one come out? They were out earlier. Another chocolate golden knee. You see, I just fed a bunch of them. I was hoping some of them would come out because I fed them. But so far, no one's popped. Oh, there we go. I named it Appetite. The cricket right above them. But there's Appetite. Mother Brazilian Blue. The other thing I hate on camera, like, you can't really see the dark blue coloration they are. They look black. Kind of like a black purple, but they're actually a dark, like, bluish color. And just stuff, you can't really see it. Like, you can see where the crack in my, right there, you see that? That right there, that's from where my thing is broken on my screen. Hold on. There's a smudge across it, so there we go. Now it's not as noticeable. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there's like a smudge on it. I was outside early looking at the northern lights. What you doing, silly? I'm just sitting there. It's Phoenix. Yeah, I could have this covered during the day. Because I have the fan running and I don't want them to get chilly or too much air. But it does get warm in this room, so I do have to cover it because of the reptile lights. But everything's gonna be redone soon, so I wish my Trinidad Olive would come out. Aria, she is looking really gorgeous lately. Like, I pulled a mole out of her cage a while ago. So stunning, so I can't wait to see what they really look like. But there's Beauty. I can't wait till some of these guys get a lot bigger. I'm really excited for that because some of these species I'm really excited for. And I'm glad this Brazilian blue sits out more because Topaz, my other Brazilian blue, I stuck them in that enclosure, in the glass enclosure up here, and they buried themselves. I only see their legs sometimes, but they have a burrow way in the back, and then they have a burrow like you see right there, right next to the water dish. They have a burrow where they pop out right there, but other than that, like the rest of these guys, we don't really see them. Only when they want to be seen. Zelda, my Panama Blondie, I rehoused into here. They come out sometimes, but they have a really cool tunnel system. Even if for a boreal spider, they actually have they have their thing going on here in the back, but it goes down too. So I was really impressed to see them doing that because normally with Panama Blondies, I see them having all their stuff going on around the tops or in the back, and this one has it going down, actually in the dirt. So I'm really excited to see what they end up doing. Let's see if we can see the Chilean rose here. Ooh, you can see part of them. They pushed their molt out. I thought that was the spider. It's the molt. They just molted. Oh! And I just fed them, not realizing they just molted. I have to pull that out. Brother, I gotta pull the molt out in the crickets. Alright, as soon as I get off the camera here, I'm about to pull the crickets out because everybody knows right after tarantula moles, you gotta wait a couple of days because their fangs are soft and they can't eat. So, because of that, that one's gonna be pulled out. And I'm going to, here. I'm actually going to pull the enclosure down because I have to pull the crickets out. I don't want my baby getting hurt. Especially because where I live, honestly, it's not easy to get this species. It's really friggin' not. So, with that being said, yeah, because they're, as you see, they're like right there. They're right next to the molt. Oh, sorry, baby. But yeah, they just went back in there. But they're like right there. And I didn't realize they were gonna molt, so we're gonna start by pulling the molt out. And then we're gonna start pulling some crickets out. Especially some of these bigger ones. Oh, fucker. I hate crickets. Hold on. Okay. There we go. And I added the water dish in their enclosure. Now that they're getting bigger, I changed the water dish. They had another one. It was a lot tinier, but there we go. And the molt. I put the molt over here. Oops. I left Freya's cage open. I couldn't have threw the extra crickets in Freya's cage. I didn't think it would really matter. I kind of sprayed them off because they were walking around in that enclosure. And I want to make sure there was no tarantula hairs on them. But there's our molt. Look how pretty that is. Chilean rose hairs are beautiful. It's going to be a very beautiful, beautiful spider as I get bigger. Can't wait. Now, like I was saying, like where I am, it's hard to get this species. Alright, I'm going to put them up top real quick. I know I saw some movement when I put the water bottle back. Look, there's our little jumping bean. There's Cookie. Yep, I named the little jumping spider Cookie. I knew they were somewhere in there. They're right there. So cute and tiny. I love my jumping spiders. But like I said, my kids keep stealing them. I have to get more. What are you doing over there, buddy? I see you moving around. Oh, no freaking way. Here comes Aria. I'm about to turn the light off. Alright, hold on, guys. So crazy. Oh, there's a cricket. I know she's eaten the majority of her food. Like, I guess there's still a few crickets left. But I'm wondering if she's creating a web because she's about to molt, or if she's just adding one to her burrow. Because her burrow is so thick. The way I actually rehoused her, it was funny. I rehoused her from just picking up the big center wood piece there because it was just so protected with webbing. Like the bottom, the whole bottom part, and the whole, as you see, the whole thing is just web. Nothing but web. And come here and say hi, Sushi. All the spiders are very active tonight. Is it the Northern Lights, guys? They got you going, huh? But yeah, you never know what you might catch your spiders doing at 3:30 in the morning. I did actually get pictures of the Northern Lights. Actually, some pretty good ones. I got mostly the pink aura colors of it. I was hoping to get some green, but it's okay. At least I got to see some of the Northern Lights. God, I can't wait till some of these guys get bigger. They're gonna be so gorgeous. Even though Appetite here is like the only one of my Brazilian blues that wants to be seen, because the other one, ever since I stuck them up there, they like to be hidden. So at least that one likes to be out. I think that one's gonna end up being a girl. It looks like it's definitely gonna be a female. What's up, Phoenix? But yeah, a lot of times when Aria is there likes to build webbing like that, that means they're about to molt. I wonder if I can zoom into the tunnel more and see if we can. I don't know how well my camera's gonna focus since I cracked one camera. Like, it's as crappy as the old one again. But she's so beautiful. It's sad I can't get a good glimpse of her. She's really pretty. For a Trinidad olive, her coloring is gorgeous. Am I not paying attention to you? I swear he gets jealous. There you go for your nightly walk, Phoenix. He does. He goes for a nightly walk every night in his enclosure. Like, after a while you will hear him, but he will do laps over and over. There's other videos of him just doing straight up laps in his enclosure. God, I'm gonna miss these guys. Oh yeah. Great, mommy's gonna miss you. The only thing sucks about traveling is having to leave my babies. And I do miss them after a while. It does get depressing. Ooh, look who's out. Yeah, get up, little one. They're so tiny and scrawny still. I don't get it. So tiny. It's not my Brazilian blue. That's what I gotta remember. I originally had my first Brazilian blue in there, but that's not my Brazilian blue. This is actually, hold on, let's see if I can carefully get this. Not scare them. This is actually my Rotan Island Purple. Don't run, don't run, don't run, please don't run. It's my Rotan Island Purple. They're growing so slow. I wish the camera would really pick up the purple coloring on them. But they're like they got purple blues as slings. But as they get bigger, they get like these more prominent dark violet colors and purples, and they're so pretty. But yeah, for some reason the Rotan Island Purple, which I don't know why they call it that, from what I looked up and what I researched, they actually have a lot of blues on them. So I really don't get why they have the name purple in it, because I'm telling you, look up the pictures, especially if it might end up being a male or something. There's more blues to them, which I found really neat. But they really are a pretty species. I think this one might end up being a male. They're like pretty scrawny too, but they're still tiny, so I don't know. They're still baby. Very beautiful spider though. Very beautiful. Look at that pattern on its booty. I gotta clean its enclosure. But it's another one hard to clean out its cage. Because as you see, the webbing is stuck to the top of the cage. I take tongs and stuff and I clean out the dead crickets and stuff, but it's such a pain in the butt. But that is Iris, my Rotan Island Purple. I gotta erase this stuff that says on the side. All I need to do is have some crickets. They're probably hiding down in there. Oh yeah, they are. Hiding down in there. Actually, I gotta put its water bowl back in. Now I think about it. I did pull out some of the water bowls because I had to clean some of them. I got these cute little, these are actually gecko food bowls. So if you want a good idea for water bowls for tarantulas, they have different sizes for the feeders for the the crested geckos and the lychees and stuff. Like Zill and them now make these food dishes. Like I get boxes of them because obviously I give these guys their fruit snacks. They love them, which I'm going to do tomorrow. They're actually due for feeding, but they actually started selling these in boxes. So I think they're really, really good for the spiders. I don't really want to bother them right this second, so I'm going to put this up here. So that will remind me in the morning when I wake up to put their water bowl back in. Like, they haven't had it out for long. Like, I only took it out earlier to clean them. Because everybody knows who has tarantulas got to deal with pooping in water dishes, dead crickets in water dishes, and everything else in the water dishes. So, right, guys? So, the fun thing about having a spider is constantly cleaning water dishes. One of my favorite pastime, especially with this one. Sushi is horrible. Sushi actually has 2 water dishes because right now on the other side of the enclosure is another water dish. Because they wanted to fight with me over a water dish, so I just said forget it, and I stuck in a new one on this side. And I would get the other one later. I'm not trying to fight with them. They kept kicking hairs at me. And anybody knows about those eradicating hairs, yeah, I'm not trying to deal with that. Especially with my skin sensitivity, with that, like lupus and everything, and all the other stuff I deal with. That stuff is so horrible. So horrible. Hi, did you want to say hi? Did you want to say goodnight to everybody? Mine's about to go to bed. I just wanted to check in on everybody. That's cool though to see the interesting things that these guys really do, and girls do at night. I'm waiting for this one to pop up. I swear they gotta be molting. My adult Indian ornamental. I'm really excited to see how they look. Hi, baby. I know you like attention. Let's check the little ones one more time. Look at Fang. I thought I changed their enclosure around because they made the hole bigger here, and now you can see when it's like halfway out of their burrow. So like there's their leg right there, but there's Fang. Just chilling there, my other Mexican white knee. As you see, they like to act arboreal because there's one right there up top, and then there's one right there up top. So I'm actually about to change their enclosures around. Honestly, I'm about to put them in arboreal cages. Like something like this. But set it up where it's half terrestrial. And have a cork bark in here where it's slanted. Where they can climb. So they'll be half arboreal and half terrestrial. And let them just do their thing. Because obviously they're just going to keep doing it. So I'm starting to set up my spiders however they act. Oh, baby went back in. Unless they're on the other side chasing food around. Don't surprise me, but let's see how Cersei's doing real quick. I want to see if they've popped out at all. Nope. Oh, they made their cobweb bigger. Cersei's right down in here. That's my baby Indian ornamental. I'm excited for when they get bigger. So excited. And of course, like always, my hatties don't ever want to be seen. I have a hattie in here, and then I have a hattie down there. That hattie is about to be rehoused. And then underneath that hattie is my Cuban bronze. they're actually in a big arboreal setting because they decided that they're arboreal. So I set them up like an arboreal species. Just like this one here is supposed to be fossorial, but they decided they wanted to be terrestrial, so I set them up in a terrestrial setting because that's what they wanted. Because this is supposed to be my Egyptian Fury, and my Egyptian Fury just doesn't, they don't care. They decide to be terrestrial, no matter how much people tell me they're fossorial, and that's a bunch of crap because this one doesn't care. It has its own standards. And it's funny how a lot of these species look so much alike. People sit and argue with me about what some of my species are, and I know what my spiders are. And it's like, no, if you look up how some of them look, unfortunately, there's so many species, like the Veracruz red rump, and then you got the Mexican red rump, and you got the tiger red rump. You got so many freaking species that look alike, and you have to look at very, very careful details to decipher the difference between some of these species. And it's like, okay, I think I know what some of my spiders are, people. But anybody else who goes through that, let me know in the comments if they deal with that. Also, people arguing with you of what your spider is. When people need to realize there's so many species, especially when they're younger, they all look alike. Or even as adults, they look alike. And you have to look at the fine details on the tarantula to differentiate on what they really are. But enough with that rant. Clary, I'm going to bed. You don't alright in there, darling? You're going to stay in your little corner? You just shifted your booty around? Okay. Are you guys all good now? Mommy's going to try to get some sleep. I got stuff to do. Especially because I got to get more stuff done before I leave. We're on the countdown. We have 6 days left until I leave, so. But when I do the next feedings, which it will be in a couple of days, because I'm going to be feeding, obviously, everybody right before I leave, since I'll be gone for a week. I have someone still coming in and checking on them in case they need fed throughout the time I am gone. Especially Avery's being fed every day anyways. So, I would do a video while I feed these guys. But until then, I will see you guys in the next video.